way too much fun while I'm here. I'll tell you. There you go. All right, let's see if we can crank this up a little bit here and find me on the old Facebook page there. So if you see me right now, say hey, how you doing? And I'll get this on there. Yeah, my hair looks a little disheveled there. I got the messy look going on. How was that for you? All right, let's see if I can find this here. Come on. Come on, there we go. No, it's not it. Well, tonight I'm going through the 37. There we go. There it is. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, there we go. Courtney, hi. Amber, hi. Hi. There you go. How's that? All right. Yay. Well, tonight we're going to talk about 37 things that you really shouldn't fret about or do, or you should get out of the way for, before you go to that great place in the sky. So there you go. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to go down to 37. I'm going to give you my thoughts and feelings on that, and I put the markers up there because tell me what your favorite color is. Courtney, I can guess yours is green. There you go. And mine, of course, is El Purplicious. We'll see who's coming on the show tonight. See who's out there tonight. But hopefully your day went well. We got about a minute and a half before we start the show. Oh yeah, that's a lot of things. Yes, it is. It's a lot of things. 37 of them. But we're gonna whip down through some of them because some of mine, not so much. Not so much a big fan of. But oh my gosh, my hair is all disheveled. Oh, now you're gonna try to touch it because it's in the mirror image. There you go. And I'm fighting a little cold, so I'm gonna hold back from. Oh, hold on, here it comes. Had a minute left. One more thing. Hold on. Even better. Yay! Slide in like that. There you go. Oh, I forgot the door was ajar. There you go. A little bit better here. There we go. Got about 30 seconds left before the broadcast. Yes, so your favorite colors, if you see this on the replay, put them down in the comments. Let us know what your favorite colors are. I'd love to hear why you chose that. Everybody has like a favorite color. I can't tell you why for purple. For some reason it just came to me and I was like, it's always been purple. I don't know. It's a good color though. We're gonna get this party started in just about 2 seconds here. No, actually 5. Welcome everybody to tonight's show. I am Dave Stelma. Thank you for finding me. Kaboom. Tonight we are talking about the 37 things you should or should not do. How's that? We'll put it that way because there's some of these are you shouldn't do or you shouldn't be. But these are 37 things, top 37 list of what to do before you pass away and go to that great place in the sky. And we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more right after this. Well, thank you so much for being with me tonight. I am going to talk about the 37 things. You know what? The universal aspect to all of this is, one, you got to take 100% responsibility for your entire life. Hopefully you can hear me well. You know what? I forgot to turn the mic on. Let me start that one over here. I'm going to find... Oops, a daisy. I'm all disheveled tonight. There we go. Perfect. Well, tonight we're going to talk about the 37 things that you should or shouldn't do before you leave this earth. Leave us alone. Leave us away. Go away with life. And what I was saying is the first and most universal thing is taking 100% responsibility for your life. So as you go through your life, you got to keep that in the back of your mind. You can't blame other people for things that go wrong or go right, right? Most of the time it's like something goes wrong, you blame your dad, you blame your mom, you blame your parents, you blame your grandparents, you blame the person next door, you blame someone within your life and for doing whatever went wrong. You know, oh, my life is so terrible because of this. Well, that's the first thing. Throw that to the wind. Throw that out with the today's garbage. You're going to take 100% responsibility for your life. If something goes bad, just say, hey, you know what? That was a great learning experience. I'll never do that again. Or you're going to go the opposite way and say, hey, you know what? That was a great experience. I'm going to keep going. Because you can't just take responsibility for when the winnings are big at the gambling place, the casino. You can't just blame everybody else when everything goes wrong. Oh my gosh, that was bad luck or something like that. So let's hit the list. Got the list right here. We're gonna hit the old list today. So number 1 on the list is not traveling when you had the chance. That ends up being number 1, and I'll tell you why. Because as you get older in life, you get some aches, you get some pains, get some things that are bothering you. Money gets tighter because we put ourselves in debt. We're going to hit that one along the way down on the list there too. Hi, Linda. So that's one of the things on here too. So not traveling when you had the chance, when you had the ability. I just saw a thing today that I think it was JetBlue, is doing like $35 one-way tickets. Now they are in limited areas. They only do a few routes. They don't do a lot of different routes all over the world. But JetBlue. So that's a number 1, and I think their hub is out of Boston or something, I believe. But $35 one way. So if you could find some place that it goes to, might be a great deal. But traveling, make sure you do that. Number 2, not learning another language. All of us I took 3 years of Spanish, and I can say, hola, ¿qué tal, cómo está? And then after that, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Could you slow down? Here, wait, let's get a little interpreter or something. But you can always learn a new language. There always is something out there, and that might be something. And so many people put everything on this list. So many people, there's a lot of them in here, that so many people just put off going, well, maybe someday, or, oh, I wish I would have, or, you know. Number 1 rule, don't live your life with any regrets. Or as it says on that one tattoo, any regrets. There you go. Number 3, staying in a bad relationship. Who's to blame for that one? If you're in one where you're sitting and you're complaining about your partner, you're complaining about the other person, and you can go to work and you complain to your workmates about him or her and all. I mean, why stay in a bad relationship? Life's really too short for that. If all of a sudden tomorrow you didn't come back, you know, you weren't here with us, maybe that would all have changed if you would have, you know, either worked it out or left. One of the two. So not staying in a bad relationship. Forgoing sunscreen. We all did it when we were young. In fact, I don't think we had sunscreen when I was wee little tyke. We didn't really have sunscreen. I remember my sisters and that putting baby oil on to go out in the sun, which intensified all of that. So now everyone's paying the price, and now we have sun factor or 50 that we put on, or even more than that, I guess. I remember when they first came out, it was like number 3 or 4 that it was, and then that as the years progressed, it just kept going like number, you know, sun factor 20 and 30, and now it's like we put on sun factor 50 to protect our skin and that. But yeah, don't forget the sunscreen. It's pretty that simple. Number 5, if you're keeping track, missing the chance to see your favorite musicians. I'm a little mixed on this one. because as time goes on, and I get it, because maybe you wanted to see the band live or something of that sort, or the musician live and that. And yeah, I'm cool with it, but also I'm like, really? Do we really need to spend $150 on lawn seats to see Earth, Wind, and Fire? I mean, they're good, but seriously, I don't know. So you tell me that one. Throw that one in the comment. You know, what band you would want to go see if you could. But then again, you have like Neil Diamond now that pulled all his concerts. You have, what are some other ones that pulled out? Huey Lewis all of a sudden had hearing problems, that he can't sing anymore because of the hearing problems. So, I mean, there's other ones that along the way, everybody gets old. So other ones along the way that have just lost the ability to do it, or, you know, can't do it anymore. How about 6, being scared to do things? I get this with clients all the time. I can't go on Facebook Live. Why not? All these different, you know, all the things that are just kind of push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and you're just, you know, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Why not? What are you scared of? What would happen? Here's a great question to ask yourself if you come to that crossroads. What would happen if you did? Who's going to judge you? If it's a matter of like doing a Facebook Live or going on and doing something of this sort, it's like, what are they going to say? Oh my gosh, you were on Facebook Live. I mean, over time, yeah, the first time I did this, it was like kind of weird, and I didn't know what buttons to push, and we didn't have as many buttons as we have right now, or things to push in that. But you know, over time, it just gets easier and easier. So I'm just gonna tell you, don't be afraid to do things. Don't get scared by that. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. Does that make sense? Don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. There you go. Let yourself be defined by gender roles. This one I didn't quite get, but I guess I do. On that, they mean, you know, they say few things are sad as an old person saying, well, it just wasn't done back then. And gender roles meaning, like, if you're, well, in all different aspects. I mean, the way you dress, the way you feel, the way you know, my parents weren't as huggy, you know, and affectionate that way, because my dad thought that it was probably more of a feminine trait or something. I don't know. You never know what goes on in their heads, but yes, I guess I could see that aspect a little bit. But yeah, just go and do that. Let's see. Failing to make physical fitness a priority. Every year that goes by and you don't get into creating a habit of doing something that makes you sweat. And then as the years go by, just going up 3 stairs makes you sweat. So it gets a little bit easier to find something that makes you sweat. So, but just get out there and do something. Make a habit of doing something every day, whatever that is, some kind of physical activity, and that's going to keep you, because they're going to keep you alive way longer than you're anticipating. Right now, probably, I would say you're going to, if you're living today and you're of the age 50 or more, you're definitely going to live to 100, probably 110, just by the miracle of medicine. If you think back 20 years, 30 years, we now replace joints and things like that. I mean, you're replacing things that used to just wear out, and then people be confined to a wheelchair, and then pretty soon they were gone, you know. Now they just replace joints. They replace, you know, muscle tissue. They replace all these things. I'm battling a cold here too, so it kind of affects everything else. But yeah, do something physical, fitness wise. Try to get into the habit of doing that every day. And you know what? Do something that you love to do. If you always wanted to dance, we're gonna get to that one. Go out and dance. That'd be a great way to do it. All right, let's whip through a few more of these. Not quitting a terrible job. How many people hate their job, right? How many people hate their job? And they just keep going to it for day after day after day after day after day. And nowadays, I think there's probably more that they don't do that. It's getting closer and closer. But if you hate your job, find a different job. It's really that simple. And if you lack the skills of the job that you want to do, go find the skills and rev up that resume and get it done. Number 10, not trying harder in school. Yeah, I think that gets a little more alleviated every year because they challenge you more. I was bored in school. High school, the last 2 years of high school, I was pretty darn bored, yeah. 11, not realizing how beautiful you were. And I'm going to put are. Simple one that we have that we teach as far as coaches teach their clients, do the mirror work. I mentioned that in other videos and that too, or other Facebook Lives. Do the mirror work. So look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, right? And that leads me to 12. Here, I better switch some scenes here. Here we go. That leads to 12. Being afraid to say I love you. Don't be afraid to say it. To others and to yourself. Once you love yourself, now you can find that person that can love you, because you're comfortable like receiving them, right? If you can sit there and look yourself in the mirror and say I love you, now you can receive it. Or if you get like Gabe and myself, we look in the mirror all the time and say I love you, because we just are that no ego involved there. Excuse me. Number 13, if you're keeping count, not listening to your parents' advice. There you go on that one. You know, it's something about when you're in your youths, when you're in your teens, you're in your 20s, and you think you know it all, and your parents are the stupidest things on earth, right? And now we look back, you know, I'm 54 years old, I look back and I think, oh my God, how dumb was I, you know? But you use that nice catchphrase, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. If your kids use that one on you, just look them and say, well, here's 10 minutes. Why don't you make me understand? Why don't you come, you know, express yourself in a way that I can understand it then? They say I don't understand because they don't understand. That's really the crux to that. All right. 14, spending your youth self-absorbed. Say no more on that one. We got that one down. 15, caring too much about what other people think. What is it? I can't remember who that quote is from, but they say I spent my 20s worrying about what everybody thought about me, and then my 30s I spent time thinking about what other people thought about what I was thinking about, and then in the 40s I realized they don't really no one's listening and no one pays attention to me. And then once you hit 50, you're like, I really could give a, yeah, there you go. I almost swore. Look at that. But you really don't care. You really don't care what other people think about you. You're just gonna go and start living your life. And then what? Hey, when you get to be 89, like my dad, you really don't care. You just say whatever you think, and that's not a bad thing. So caring too much about what other people think, yeah, don't worry about it, because they're really not they're not even thinking about you. They're too worried about themselves and that. 16, supporting others' dreams over your own. Yeah, been guilty. There you go. Don't give away your sunshine. You know, don't just throw your dream away for someone else's dream. You know, that's what that really comes down to. So just have your dreams. You can help other people along their dreams too. If you can find someone else that has a similar dream to yours, that's what makes it all possible. That's what makes the world go round and faster and faster. 17, not moving on fast enough. Here's one that I want to talk about a little bit. And we're going to combine that with the next one. Number 18 is holding grudges. Yeah. So one, not moving on fast enough. So it's one or the other. So you're either the person, let's say it's a, couple, and one says, I don't love you anymore. And then they go away. And then the other one plagues on it forever, right? Because they didn't have the control. They may have thought the same thing, but they didn't have the chutzpah to say to the other one, yeah, it's over. It's over. And so a lot of times they didn't have the control. So then they kind of plague on it for longer, right? A longer period of time. They're like, oh, I wonder why. What did I do wrong? What happened? I wonder why. And I've been guilty of this too. So it does happen, but don't. Just learn to, it's just life. Live it, feel it, be hurt, feel the pain. Think about what was happening leading up to that, and just move on. Because it's not going to change the outcome. They already moved on, so why plague on it? Start, just go to that path. It's nothing you did. It's nothing you did wrong. It's just that there just wasn't that love and feeling anymore. Makes me want to go into that Righteous Brothers song. Okay, let's go. And holding grudges. How dumb is that? If you want to put somebody out of your life because there just aren't a positive influence in it, then just do that. But don't hold a grudge. What does a grudge do? Because all it is your grudge. It's not anything. They're living their life. They've moved on and they're okay. And you're sitting there like wallowing in your sorrow. You got to move on. Don't hold that grudge, no matter what that is all about. And most people, once they give that forgiveness, and the forgiveness is for yourself, it's not for them, but the forgiveness, and that's a whole nother show, but once you give that forgiveness, it's just very freeing, and you just move on, and it's like your whole world just opens up and all these positive things happen to you. Number 19, not standing up for yourself. I think we've all been guilty of that at some point or time. Yeah, just, you don't take any crap from anybody, right? You just move on. Number 20, not volunteering enough. Could be. I mean, whatever's going to give you a warm, fuzzy, and good feeling. And it doesn't mean that you have to do, the old Hunger Games style and I volunteer. You don't have to do that. Oh, that was kind of like lifting here. Kind of like this. Ooh, I'm holding the money up. Look at that. Delivery of money for you. But not volunteering enough. Go ahead. Volunteer. Do it. Have it fun. Are we doing on time? Oh, good. I got to crank along here a little bit. Number 21, neglecting your teeth. Oh my gosh, how many times do you go to the dentist and they're like, do you floss? Do you do this? Yeah, neglecting your teeth. So some things are out of your hands on that because everything changes over time. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're 5, 6, 7 years old and you're watching this, why are you watching this? But secondly, yeah, just brush, floss, do whatever it takes to keep those chompers. Those choppers are really important to you, and when you get old and you don't have those chompers anymore, yeah, you're gonna wish that you did take care of them more. So live your life with no regrets. Number 22, missing the chance to ask your grandparents questions before they die. Wow, that's a biggie. That's a biggie right there. Asking them any questions that you wanted before they die. Goes by in a blink of an eye, and being busy, and that just doesn't count for much. Goes right along with number 23, working too much. Everybody says it, and then you get the bills. That's coming up here too, but you get the bills, and you're trying to work and pay the bills and pay for the kids' clothes and all that good stuff, and time just goes by too much, and you're like, what? I missed all this stuff. And nowadays, I swear we have just more and more we're more busy. We're working 2 or 3 jobs to do the same thing, to make a living, to pay some bills, you know, to have the American dream. Is that really the American dream? Get out there and vote, people. That's all I'm gonna say. Get out there and vote. Number 24, not learning how to cook one awesome meal. If you don't know how to do one awesome meal, then go and learn. Plus, you got the Food Network and all those other places that you can learn it from, right? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. So go and cook one awesome meal. 25, not stopping enough to appreciate the moment. Smell the roses. We plan on that one little thing, that one goal or something along the way, and then it's like, ooh, I accomplished it, but now I'm on to the next one. Because we're always busy. We're taught to be busy. We're supposed to be busier, you know? And so stop. Collaborate and listen. No, stop and smell the roses, and appreciate that moment. Number 26, failing to finish what you start. Guilty. Start a lot of things. I test drive a lot of things. I start a lot of things, and sometimes I don't finish them. It just doesn't feel right in that. But yeah, just the ones that accomplish the most or have the most accolades, or gather the most accolades, probably the ones that they finish what they started, and keep that dream alive. Number 27, never mastering one awesome party trick. I don't know a party trick. You know a party trick? Anybody on here know a party? If you know a party trick, tell me in the comments. All right, number 28, letting yourself be defined by cultural expectations. Letting yourself be defined by cultural expectations. Yeah. Which goes with marriage, goes with all different things. It's like, just live your life. And don't lie to someone. Don't cheat on someone. Just go and live your life and be happy is the biggest thing there. Don't worry about the cultural expectations that are put upon us. 29, refusing to let friendships run their course. Yeah, people grow apart. Things happen. Yeah, people grow apart. They're on different paths and different journeys and different enthusiasm and all that good stuff. And if they, you know, if you had a great run, hey, relish it. Say, hey, you know what? We had a great friendship, but now I'm moving in this direction and you're going in that direction. So, you know, that's how it can be. 30, not playing with your kids enough. Yeah, that's a big one. Get out there. You know, the best thing about having, and that's like with Gabe, he'll be here next week. By the way, he'll be here next week. But with Gabe, get out there and you just enjoy it. He's trying different things, playing ball and doing that and soccer and all that good stuff. But you know, you have to just get out there and do some of that stuff and spend some time with them. Not necessarily everything that you want to do, but do some of the stuff that they want to do too. You know, go down the slide, play on it. And you know what? You can do that when they're kids because they're kids. And everybody goes, oh, what a cool grandparent. Oh, what a cool parent. They're right out there doing it with them. They're sliding down the slide and all that cool stuff. Everybody thinks that you're really the cool parent, you know, because of it. So don't worry about what people think. That was one of the earlier ones, wasn't it? 31. How are we doing on time? 5 more minutes. Oh my gosh, I got to get all these in. 31, never taking a big risk. Never taking that big risk. We're always holding back and not doing that one thing that you felt was an important thing to do, or that you always wanted to do, or any of that's, you know, never taking that big risk. Do it. Take that big risk. Ask that one question. Ask that person out on a date. Even if you fall flat on your face, who cares? Write that book. Send it in to a publisher. Let them tell you how dumb it is, or who knows, maybe they'll tell how wonderful it is too. So, I mean, take that leap. At least try it. Try it once. Number 32, not taking the time to develop contacts and network. networking, yeah. It's like, oh, I can't get ahead because I don't know anybody that works there. I don't know this. Yeah. Now we have so much. We have Facebook. We have LinkedIn. We have all those good things. So there's no excuses. At least reach out and then start a conversation. It'd be an easy thing to do. Number 33, worrying too much. It doesn't matter whether you worry or not because the outcome is going to be the same. So why worry about it? Release all those fears and fill that space in your heart, in your mind, in your head. Fill that space with positive things and don't worry about it. You know, if you're worried about a bill, the bill's going to be there tomorrow whether you worry about it or not. So why even worry about it? You know, pay your bills, but don't worry about it. Number 34, getting caught up in needless drama. Otherwise known as AKA the Kardashian rule. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Say no more on that. Number 35, not spending enough time with loved ones. Travel. Make that happen. Go to them. Let them come to you. Whatever it is. But take the time to go have lunch or just have a conversation. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money. But just spend some time with the loved ones, right? Because you never know. Boy, every day, I know up here we're seeing more and more people leave us in that. So, number 36, never performing in front of others. I got 4 words for you. Karaoke. Oh, that's not words. It's one word, but it's syllables. Yeah, go and sing karaoke. Who cares if you're off key or whatever that is, or if you have no rhythm or whatever it is. But do something in front of them. You know, be a performer. And I'll tell you what, it's probably going to be addictive for you. And lastly, number 37, not being grateful sooner. Every group that I'm in right now, almost every group that's out there that I'm involved in during the month of August is doing like an appreciation. I know Incredible You is doing an appreciation day, 30 days of appreciation. So you have to post a picture or something about of what you appreciate and what you're grateful for. It's an easiest thing to do, and it's the best thing that you can do to release and create this positive spirit within yourself. Just be grateful. Comparatively so, we got it pretty darn good here in America, even though you have some strains and turbulations along the way with your bills and things of that sort in life, and that's just life. But there's places that they have to walk miles just to get water that looks like mud and bring it back. So, and we have running water. We have a lot of great facilities that's here. And that's why when people come to our country, immigrants come to our country. Booyah. I love immigrants. Come to our country. When immigrants come to our country, they're like, wow, this is fantastic. And you're thinking, this is the basics of life. It's not for a lot of people around the world. So appreciate it. Love it. Love yourself. That's the list of 37. Hey, until next week. And next week, we have a special guest. I blew it already. I think our little Gabester will be here, so we'll probably both be taking over the show. Till next week, have fun, get out there, and enjoy life. It goes by way too quickly. So, till next week, I'm Dave Stelma. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like it, thumbs up it on Facebook, or give me hearts. Hearts, is that how you do a heart? Hearts. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.